We should bring back the 80s Ubisoft logo.
Right?
Pretty radical, you know what I mean?
It was radical.
Super
I saw that on
tubular,
Kotaku
just
today.
like MTV.
All the viewers should go look up the 80s Ubisoft logo, and they'll be like, oh, why can't we have that?
For realsies, bro.
Yeah.
So
we're live, by the way.
Are we going to ruin
Are we live?
with?
Why are we live?
We're live now.
We'll do it live.
I told you. I told you we were starting.
Chris,
Don't damn it me. I told you
Chris,
we were starting.
did you hear that Lego Dimensions is getting Powerpuff Girls and Teen Titans Go and Beetlejuice?
No, I didn't.
They look adorable.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's Lego.
Okay. Cool story.
All right, cool story.
I thought so.
What are we starting with?
Yeah, what are we starting with?
Yeah, what are we starting with?
Well,
bud?
we start with what we always start. Well, why don't Chris do a little introduction or something?
Hey, guys, and welcome to the NOLAnerdcast, episode 70.
Woo! Yeah! Episodes?
Huzzah!
Subtitled, Steven Universe will mess you up.
Yeah! All right.
Ironically, we don't even talk about Steven Universe on this show.
But it will. It'll
Mesh-
mess you up.
But it will mess you up.
Oh, the show, not the guy?
Nah, Steven Universe is great.
Yeah.
But the show will mess
The
you up.
person is great. The show
Yeah.
will fuck you up.
It'll hit you right in the feels, bruh.
That's true.
In the
The
field?
feel zone.
In the field zone?
Yeah.
Is that your field zone?
Yeah.
That's your face.
Wait, is that your feel zone?
I feel things with my face.
Ew. Gross.
It's like texture on this couch, and you just slam your face into it.
I do.
What is this wet spot? Slam. Rub.
Oh, that's
Chris.
oil.
I can tell. This is my field zone.
Ew.
When you fall in love, you feel it thumping in your face.
I've got like a burning sensation on my cheek. I think
Chris, that's
it's
just the
love.
herpes. That's that herp, bruh.
Is it?
Got that?
Got that herpaderp.
You want to talk? You want to start talking about stuff?
Yeah, E3 is coming up. And you know what that means?
No. What?
It was just around the corner.
And E5 to follow.
We are 10 days away from the start of the E3 conferences.
Oh
But
shit!
let's talk about
really?
comics. Hey, yes, sir. We are 10 days away.
I didn't know that. Okay. Let's talk about let's rap about some comics news, bro. So, in true form, like nothing happened this week. So I pieced together what I could.
Nobody even did anything stupid?
Well, I didn't say that, did I? So I'm sure you're all aware about the Alamo Drafthouse holding special charity-only screenings of Wonder Woman for women.
Chris, don't you know that this is probably illegal?
Yes, but here's my question. These screenings, like almost all of them, are on Tuesday. The earliest one is Monday. There's literally 50 screenings beforehand.
Yeah.
So I literally cannot comprehend what the issue is.
If you're a dude, you have plenty of opportunities.
And what I love is that so many of these people complaining don't know that it's not like an early screening or a midnight screening. It is a screening 4 to 5 days after the fact. And it's not even the only screening at the Alamo. There's just a screening that will go along at the same time as their screening.
Yeah.
They just and I brought this point up because this is a fun game to play at home, kids. We have someone in chat saying he wants to talk about how great Secret Empire is.
Well, put a pin in that, and we'll come back to it.
What
we're talking about.
So these people, a fun game to play at home is go to anyone that argues that this is sexist or illegal or discriminatory, and go through their Twitter feed or their Facebook page, their wall, and see if you can find one single instance of them complaining about like men's only golf courses or clubs or fraternities or anything like that. I think the answer will shock you.
Yes.
In that it is only now that they have magically decided equality is more important than everything.
Easier search that'll be over quicker is if you look for them using the word cuck.
Oh yeah.
Found it 3 tweets down.
You use the word cuck, snowflake, or libtard in the first 5 tweets.
It reminds me of people complaining about Rotten Tomatoes having too much power when they literally don't review anything.
Oh my God. We can talk about
No.
Rotten Tomatoes in a little bit too.
It's an aggregate number. All they do is add everything together.
Yeah. So basically, people are real butthurt about this for reasons that I couldn't possibly begin to describe.
Well, we just gave you the reasons, Chris.
Well, and I went on the Alamo website because I wasn't sure when these screenings were, and I went through 10 cities worth of women's only screenings, and en masse, they're all next week at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
And
Thursday.
yeah, and like Wonder Woman comes out tomorrow
Yeah.
in most places.
Which it's getting really good Rotten Tomato score, speaking of.
Well, yeah.
Is anyone seeing it besides me tomorrow?
What?
No.
Is anyone besides me seeing it tomorrow?
I'm going to try to go see it on Friday, actually.
I'm
working Thursday night.
I probably won't go till the weekend.
I might be able to go, like, if there was something well before I had to be there. But I got to work at 6, so.
That's fair. I'll be sure to tweet or message all of you guys with spoilers.
Please.
Cool. Just tell me how cool Dr. Poison is.
Of course. It's right up there with Cheetah.
Hey, Cheetah's
And
cool.
No, I know, but Dr. Poison is right up there.
One of those
Yeah,
characters
sure.
translates better than it was on the page, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like,
But yeah, so what's your take, Josh and Doug? I mean, I don't think I've actually heard you guys talk about this yet, besides the stupidity of the whole scenario.
Of what? The theater?
The Alamo controversy.
Well, it's just ridiculous. I mean, look, I think it's a great idea to do an all-female. Like, you're just got your thumb on the pulse. Like, this is just a thing that's going to be great to do. And they sold out like 3 screenings already for it. And it's kind of silly, but mad. Nothing's being taken from you. This is the attitude that somebody getting a present is somehow taking something from you.
I just feel like that if you're a smart guy, you would wait at the end of the screenings and be like, all these ladies are coming out.
That's another version of, I don't want to talk about that. So,
I think I saw that. I think I saw a worse version of that plot on Sunny.
yeah. It's, you go to this, there are going to be tons of women who are probably really tall.
And you know my main thing is I think would be really fascinating because I think a women's only screening would have a very different energy to it.
Yeah.
And I kind of would like to witness how they react to it, without men.
Oh, yeah.
I can't witness it because I'm a man. So
Send Callie.
yeah, but we don't have Alamos here.
So this is
It's a big deal.
Female superhero movie, so it's a big deal. But like, if you're reacting in a negative way towards an all-female screening, you got some.
There's different types of issues. There's another issue there.
Yeah.
My thing is,
how does it affect you? And
like, I don't know how you're even going to enjoy a Wonder Woman movie if you're mad about this. So I think it's one more.
Well, that's the thing. It's the same people that threatened to boycott anything. They were never planning on seeing it anyway, and it wasn't until they were told they couldn't that now suddenly they care.
Yeah. Well, you can't see it here on this one night.
There's a particular segment of the population that doesn't like not being invited to anything. Like, there's going to be, like, if we did an all-black screening of Black Panther, I bet they wouldn't do it, though, because they're afraid.
Yeah.
I would be down for that. I think, and you know what? I think that kind of stuff is good.
Yeah, no, that's a thing that should happen. I hope they do it in response to this. I hope they go, when Black Panther comes out, we're doing all like just black people. We just want black people. Yeah, and you get to talk. You get to do whatever you want. Yeah. You fuck the normal Alamo Draft House rules. Do whatever you like.
Just do whatever it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I want to see the reaction of like. I wish they would tape it a little. Like, just give me the noises. You know, like when they sometimes have the camera pointed at the audience for commercials and stuff. That would be a good one. You know, I think
it would be fascinating.
Little girls and stuff get to go. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's pretty amazing. Anyway.
Yeah. Speaking of Wonder Woman is banned in Lebanon, but not for the reasons you would think.
Great. And empowering.
Yeah, empowering for women.
Yeah.
Lebanon. Well, it's not even that. Wonder Woman is banned in Lebanon because Gal Gadot is Israeli, and Lebanon has an anti-Israeli import law.
Ah.
So because she's the star, they're just not going to do it.
There's a bigger issue at hand, not all the. Yeah,
I'm sure it doesn't help.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, it's one of those things where there's not really anything I can say about it because I'm not from that region.
Sure.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Thanks, sir.
Have you heard about the incident at Phoenix Comic-Con?
Yes.
So, for those of you who haven't, Homeboy rolls up to Comic-Con with several weapons, armed to the teeth.
Like legit actual shotguns, pistols, and stuff.
Who wrote kill Jason David Frank in his day journal. Like he's fucking Sideshow Bob.
Yeah, he was going to kill the Green Ranger.
And
he went to go kill Jason David Frank to rescue his wife and child from him.
Yes. So he was arrested by police.
Yeah.
And Phoenix Comic-Con staff said, well, no prop weaponry this week because this has been a bad week. So no prop weaponry. And which seems pretty reasonable to me.
Yeah,
but it's apparently not reasonable at all.
Well, my only issue is I'm worried that that's going to start. We've already started seeing Comic-Cons start laying down heavy bans on any kind of props for cosplay.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think it's going to be such a step back for cosplay in general at these conventions because I have a feeling that major ones like, say, San Diego and New York are going to start instituting the same rules. Where even last year at San Diego, my Nathan Drake costume, I couldn't bring any of my guns in.
Yeah.
They have to tie them to your costume. They can't be removed. They have to be like, even if they're like clearly fake, it doesn't matter. It has to be attached to your costume. I had to actually hide my grappling hook for my Nathan Drake in my bag and then put it on inside the show because I never would have made it in with that. Although, to be fair, I probably should not have been because it was a legit steel grappling hook and probably could have killed somebody had I been so inclined, but I'm not a monster, so I didn't, and instead I just took really cool photo ops.
And you're also not Conan the Barbarian, who would bring a grappling hook as a kill weapon. Even this guy who claimed to be the Punisher, by the way.
Oh
yeah.
Was he really? Like,
no.
When he was arrested, he called himself a Punisher.
He's a psycho. I mean, I don't think they're wrong because we've been to a lot of conventions, and security not the best.
That's the real thing. Is a lot of times they're just like, here's the whole 501st. They're going to be our security. It's like a fun security, or like here's the Klingons, you know. But we don't really have real security because we've never needed real security.
Matt, you remember? And I think the statute of limitations has passed. We snuck into San Diego.
Yeah, we did. Using tape. So here's the story, if I may, Chris.
Go for it. But it's we can't be tried for it.
Yeah.
The first year we went, we got the preview night passes. And the second year we went, we got preview night passes. The third year we went, we did not get preview night passes. They were sold out. But we wanted to go to preview night because that's where you get all your shopping done and learn the layout, and then the rest of your week is free. You don't have to be carrying stuff around. So we knew from the previous years that each day has a color-coded pass. So we just went to Lowe's and bought colored, like a rainbow collection of duct tape or electric tape and all the primary colors because the badges are normally red, blue, green, stuff like that. And we waited to see what the color for preview night that year was. And when you go, even if you can't go to preview night, they give you your pass for the week. So you already have your badge. So then we just went and we taped over that badge the color that it was supposed to be. And when you have like 150,000 people pouring into an arena at the same time, you're not going to look closely at each badge. They just see the color. You just raise it up. They say, oh, it's blue. Let them in. But I got to tell you, we were sweating bullets for that period.
So I don't know that Phoenix Comic-Con was in the wrong because security it's just not secure enough for what they need.
It's not, because you have that many people. I'm just happy that they caught the guy before he got in. Can you imagine what a mass shooting inside a Comic-Con would have caused, just the future of these events?
Well, a couple of the reasons that he did get caught was he was standing around Instagramming police officers outside. Yes. And writing threatening like things about them or whatever. Well, he's the Punisher, so he doesn't like cops or criminals, right?
Okay.
Yeah, he had something against like specific cops.
And then like this is a sociopath on the level of I'm gonna kill Ronald Reagan for Jodie Foster. Like his reasoning doesn't make any sense. He's a total sociopath. Right. But anyway, he was doing that, and also his friends, like people that knew him. I won't say friends because I don't know if they were actually friends or just they fucking talked to the guy. But they were like, he's fucking weird. He's being real weird, and I don't know what he's saying weird shit about what he's gonna do. So like, thank you to the people that fucking said anything instead of just going, that guy's weird, and continuing about their day. Because that's a really easy thing to do at a con. Is to just go, oh, there's a weirdo. Well, so are the rest of these 100,000 people. You know, that guy over there has no social skills. But this guy talks. But that guy's being. But that guy's weird. Being real crazy. Yeah. You know, and he's got that huge coat on. You know what I mean? Like just keeping an eye out. You know. Because I mean, obviously the Green Ranger would have defeated him, but how many innocents would have gotten caught in the crossfire?
It could have been really scary.
Yep. What's next, buddy?
So we figured out some more about the New Mutants movie. We've got Charlie Heaton from Stranger Things rumored to be Cannonball. We have Henry Zaga, who is a Brazilian who was in Teen Wolf, to play Sunspot, which is great news. But the plot's coming out that it's going to be a full-blown horror movie with no costumes and no supervillains. Yeah. It's based off the very famous Demon Bear saga of New Mutants, which tonally would fit a horror movie kind of thing. So
you know what this strikes me of though?
Huh?
This strikes me like the original plan for the Fantastic Four reboot that ended up being awful.
Oh, that I did. Well, they didn't actually execute that though. I also feel like we got two movies smashed together once again.
Yeah. And I think that's what's going to happen with this. They're going to get a lot of negative feedback about an X-Men movie with no supervillain, no costumes, no whatever, and they're going to try and straddle that line. And we're going to get shit.
Hybridize it. Yeah, like because the original idea for the Fantastic Four movie was that it was basically going to be Alien, like it was Cronenberg. In space. So I don't think. See, that's why I think like there's this huge part of the movie where they skip over the entire part of them being the Fantastic Four for a while on their own. I think that was the movie. Like I think the whole thing was body horror, ending with them reconciling, and no real villain thing other than like Doom coming back toward the end. But like I really honestly believe a lot of that movie got cut out, shuffled around, and then you have a bunch of stuff that tonally doesn't fit because it was obviously studio notes. Like the part at the end where it acts like it just delivered a normal superhero movie and they like try to work in the title all clever, but everything's been dark and ridiculous. Like didn't make any sense, And then Suicide Squad's another case of them shoving two movies up each other's asses and creating a horrid Ouroboros.
A Franken movie.
Yeah, the human centipede of fucking films. I know you thought that human centipede.
That's horrific.
Films, but you'd be mistaken.
Suicide Squad.
Hey Matt.
Yes, dear.
Can I interest you in a Transformers spin-off about Bumblebee?
Don't you mean the? I think the most interesting part about that news is who's directing it.
I don't have who's directing. I have Hallie Stenfield to be the star.
It's the person that did Kubo and the Two Strings. Is doing
Really?
a Transformers spin-off movie.
Is it gonna be a cartoon?
Is it going to be hand animated?
We don't have 10 years for that to come to reality.
Yeah, is it Henry Selick? Is that who it is, or is it a different guy that did that?
I think that's his studio. I don't know that he's the director, though. Is he? Do you get the director's name, Matt?
No. I just know that that's what happened.
Who could possibly
Like,
be excited for the Transformer movie about the one Transformer that doesn't talk?
And that isn't
Right?
exciting traditionally.
Yeah. If you like Supergirl, season 3, the villain is going to be Rain, played by Odette Annable. Annable? Annable.
I know who you're talking about.
Yes, she was on House, I believe. She's going to be Rain, a character who was created in the New 52 for Supergirl. So that could be exciting.
It looks like how Megan Fox used to look, but Megan Fox doesn't look as much like Megan Fox used to look as this clip does.
Okay.
That is true.
We have our director for King Kong versus Godzilla coming out in the next 3 years or so. Adam, I'm sorry?
Yeah, it's
Adam Wingard,
yeah,
the director of the Blair Witch and the Netflix Death Note thing.
Okay.
yeah, sure.
We'll see how Death Note is, I guess.
I say thing because I don't know what it is, but
Yeah.
whatever. And finally, some comic book news. Hey, Matt,
Yes,
can
dear.
I interest you in another Marvel event?
Whoa, but I thought they said we weren't getting any more.
Well, Daddy's been drinking, and he doesn't always tell the truth when he's been drinking. Let me tell you about Venomverse.
Oh yeah, they finally did Double Shadows.
It's like Spider-Verse, but for Venom.
But shittier?
I don't know. We can't make that assumption yet.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we can.
It's definitely written. It's going to be mostly plotted and written by Cullen Bunn, who we both kind of really
Okay,
like.
we like Cullen Bunn.
And he's done a lot of work on Venom over the years, so I think it's got some potential. But I am.
But we
So
both know we're
burned.
not going to watch. We're not going to read.
But I also hear the good part about this one is that I don't think it's actually going to interact with the other titles. They're just going to be.
No, they're too busy.
Yeah,
Secret
Spider-Verse.
Empire.
Spider-Verse didn't interact with anything else, or Spider Island, or
Yeah,
the
I like
Spider-Man events are pretty self-contained.
the X-Men.
Yeah, I
events
love
too, and I like that.
That was a Spider-Man event, and I was fine with it. Like all
Now
the
we get
Spider people.
Now we get a Venom
That's it.
event. All the Venom people.
Yeah, but there's not that many Venom people. I think it's just the Venomverse book and like a few Spider-Man titles. It's
And
not
then
gonna be-
there's going to be some characters who are going to be Venomized.
Oh,
yeah, oh yeah. Like everybody shows up in it. Like there's a Wolverine Venom in it. Like because I think the alternate universe Venoms are really just the symbiote went to somebody else.
Yeah.
It's really closer to Spider Island, where everyone was on Manhattan, and then they became Spider people.
Yeah. Which is like the Web of Shadows video game. I remember the video game came out and it's like, symbiotes rain down on fucking Manhattan.
Right.
And all these heroes and stuff get taken over by symbiotes and Spider-Man's the only guy left. And I was like, why didn't you ever do that? That's a better idea than most of your event ideas. And then they did like that everybody gets a hammer story. And I was like, why would you do this shitty, like there's no rationale for everybody.
Oh God, that was such a Fear
It
Itself.
was called Fear Itself, which doesn't even match.
But everybody getting a symbiote makes perfect sense.
Yeah, well, first of all, we haven't interacted with the species very much.
Yeah.
And it would just been kind of cool, like an invasion of this race that we've known is there forever.
And they did a pretty good job explaining it during Guardians of the Galaxy. And
Oh yeah, the comic
yeah.
with that. Yeah, like actually delving into that, which
Yeah.
is something that nobody ever does. So that was kind of cool. So I was like, how cool would it have been if you actually explored the species in a more less than video game way, more comic book way?
We might get it. Let's see what happens.
I don't think we're getting close to this game.
Yeah. Well, apparently one of the chat people wanted to talk about Secret Empire.
That's true.
Was he being like ironic?
Facetious or
No, because we both hate it.
Oh, okay.
I was being silly.
okay,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, it's being ironic. The Well, like some people are commenting, like I've read and talked to a couple of people who don't usually read Marvel, who read it like DC fans and stuff, but who read it because of all the controversy, and they actually think it's written really well. But so I don't think that's necessarily the problem. It's just they're doing something to a character that you shouldn't do.
Yeah. Character assassination.
Yeah, and you like.
It's doing to Captain America to a they're taking what they did to Captain Marvel in Civil War II and doing it to Captain America, but like ratcheting it up to 11.
It's something. You know what it is too? Is it's like a '90s idea. Like when you killed Superman, you break Batman's back, you make Hal Jordan kill the entire Green Lantern Corps. You know, like let's ruin hero. That's what the idea feels like. This is a thing that could have been Cap's Nightfall back in 1998, you know?
Yeah.
And now, after we're already tired of events, and we definitely already got sick of that type of event, like, it's just kind of like, oh.
They need to take a vacation. No, that's not a word.
An evacation.
An evacation.
Yeah.
That might be no.
Matt, did you read Secret Empire the Third?
I did. We'll get to that. Are we done with the news?
Yeah, we're out of news.
Okay. Well, why don't we save that one, Chris? Why don't you tell us what you've been reading?
Okay, I'll start. I have The Flash, number 23.
Yeah?
Yeah, that wily Reverse Flash. Also, Barry's a complete fuck-up in every aspect of his life.
And apparently in every year.
What you're saying is there's a lot of synergy between the TV show and the comics.
Well, there's also synergy because we have Multiplex here, who renowned from his one appearance on The Flash like a season ago.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Now this is pretty good stuff. I really like the art in this. I think that the kind of sketchiness really works, especially for Hal Jordan. But man, Barry just keeps wrecking his life. Very sad.
You know, I'm excited about next week's Batman because it's going to it's the aftermath to the Button crossover.
Yes. And this one is kind of a tie-in where he feels bad about bringing Batman to see his dad.
Yeah.
Like he feels bad and it's like, well, I shouldn't have done that. Oh well. Also, people at Star Labs think he's creepy.
Sure, makes sense.
Because he's hanging out talking to the Reverse Flash's corpse.
Oh, well. That'll do it.
Yeah.
I didn't say they were wrong. I just said, you know. Matt, I have Wonder Woman Annual #1.
Yeah, how's that?
It's good. And we have 3 little short stories in this. The first one is the first meeting of Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman. And it's very sweet and kind of cute, and I really like it. The second one is a King Shark story where Wonder Woman says her morality in not letting King Shark get assassinated for a crime he didn't commit. The third one is about her fighting some sort of demon in Japan, which has some really great art, but I'm not really in love with the rest of the story. And
okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a nice little annual. It's $4.99, and I think that's a little too much. But since I'm not buying anything with the Secret Empire logo on it, my list was very light. So
because I'm excited because next week is a really light week too.
Yeah, I made the decision, and it's not from any kind of, it's not any kind of political thing. I'm not buying anything Secret Empire related because I'm tired of these events, and this is the only way I can fight events, not buy them. So all my normal books, if they have Secret Empire on the top, are just not happening. Doctor Strange came out this week, and I didn't pick it up because it was a Secret Empire nonsense.
Neither did I. I just don't have time to waste with. You know what kills me, Chris? I was actually going to be kind of interested in the Secret Empire Uprising tie-in, the one where Black Widow leads like the young superheroes like Miss Marvel and Incredible, Totally Awesome Hulk and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're charging $4.99 for a tie-in.
Oof.
And
No,
it's not
thank
an
you.
oversized issue. It's not a special issue. It's just a tie-in, and they're charging $5. I was like, nah, I'm good.
No, thank you. No.
And then I didn't even read it because you open up in the first page. It goes, "This takes place after Secret Empire 3." I'm like, well, sucks for you.
Speaking of like how everybody's fatigued by this, I just remembered like suddenly that this is why I stopped buying the big two like 8 years ago. Like it's why I'm not keeping up with them anymore. Yeah, like I got fatigued immediately.
But the problem is DC doesn't do it like this. This is almost a specific Marvel issue.
Well, but at the time when I quit,
Yes.
it was Blackest Night and a bunch of shit. And what one does fatigues you on the other one, even if they're not doing the exact same thing.
That's
so like
fair.
that's why I was irritated with DC's movies being such poor quality, because not just because they were ruining DC properties, or not, you know, they're not ruining the property, but you know what I mean, but because it's going to cause superhero fatigue, and these movies will decline in popularity, even if Marvel continues to be great. DC is going to be, you know, dragging everything down with it.
Yeah.
Because when you do a superhero poorly, what happens is it spills on all the superheroes. You start seeing the flaws in the idea, right? Like part of the boom was Iron Man and Batman Begins actually making these things believable. And part of the decline will be Zack Snyder's inability to portray them in any real light whatsoever. He can't do real people. And yet at the same time, he insists on using deconstructionist stories, which are supposed to be about making them real.
Yeah.
So he has comedian punching through walls. He has Superman knocking down cities. And that's going to degrade the idea because they're supposed to symbolize something. And like, I don't know. So like, it's the same thing. Like I couldn't read Blackest Night because for the same reasons. I was like, I'm tired of having to read so many things in order to know what the fuck's going on. And I'm too OCD for this. I can't go, well, I don't need to know what happened in Spider-Man. I have to.
That was my. You can ask Chris. Back when we first started reading comics during the Infinite Crisis, Civil War, Secret Invasion, and Black Lantern, Blackest Night days, boy, it didn't matter how shitty I hated the character. If they had a tie-in,
Yeah,
I was reading it.
It's very much dependent upon when you started reading comics, because when we were started, crossover, every crossover, bring them on, and now it's $4 for that? No, thank you.
I just don't remember a lot of crossovers like when I was younger. The only ones I really remember a lot of the X-Men stuff.
the X-Men had a crossover a year.
Yeah, but it was with X-Men books. So it was like X-Force, X-Factor, like, and it wasn't that
I
bad
preferred those because
books.
that's why I'm not against the Venomverse thing or Spider-Verse thing. So I don't mind when you have that many titles of one character, and just for like 2 months out of a year, all of them are involved in. So you actually get a really full story out of 2 months worth of books. You know, that's what happened to X-Men every year. Is all these like 7 X-Men titles would suddenly be doing the same thing, and it was kind of cool. It's like the Avengers movie at the end of the cycle, right? But when all year nobody gets to tell a story.
What was that cool X-Men run when Magneto ripped the adamantium out of?
Oh, I'm not gonna remember all the stupid pun names. There's Executioner Song.
I think it might have been Executioner Song.
And then
I think you're right.
Able apart.
Yeah, he did a lot of things. And then the Onslaught happened. Whatever.
Yeah.
So, but my point is, like, that was fine. I don't like that. Like, I have to go read a book that I don't like suddenly, or a character I'm not interested in, over and over and over again. And I do think somebody else pointed out that another problem is when you keep pitting your heroes against each other, because that's been the overarching theme of the past like 7 events. Is basically just repeating Civil War or making the villains the heroes, and yada yada. You end up fatiguing me on the characters that I'm supposed to like. You have to keep turning at least half of them into assholes.
Yeah.
So that also just exhausts you. So, anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's next, Chris?
I have.
Whoa, what
Who's
happened?
echoing?
What's up with that feedback?
I don't know. Is it better now?
Yes.
Okay. I have Sex Criminals number 19.
Yeah, we do.
Or as I'm starting to call it, Matt Fractions Therapy on page.
Right?
I don't know if it is, but it feels like it.
They're down with the thickness. Chris, so what did you think of the wide wiener hot dog mobile?
Well, it's
Chris, would you like me to sing the wide wiener theme song?
yeah, sing it if you can.
I might be short, but I'm so wide that I won't fit inside. Take your time and gently, soon inside your mouth I'll be. Wide wieners, stubby, jolly, full of mirth. Wide wieners, I'm not long, but I have girth. And the best part is like the ice cream truck, and it showed like a bunch of kids running. And then
it's amazing.
My favorite is when he has to run away, and the kids are like screaming and crying on the ground, and one of them goes, "God is dead, and He hates us."
It's an amazing part. This stuff with John is really getting brutal.
My worth is my girth.
Yeah. This stuff with John is getting super brutal.
This out here, Chris. I really love this little plea for help that Zdarsky put on the book. He goes, Matt Fraction made me draw a 64-panel page, and then the next page was a giant shot of a porn convention. Please help me, someone, please.
I love those two guys. I think those are the two of my favorite creators working right now.
Also, my final underrated panel of the week is this one where it's a big wordy conversation, but if you look, the actual word balloons are actually like physically affecting people in the panel.
That was pretty cool. I liked that a lot.
At first I was looking, I was like, what's going on? And then I realized what they were doing. Oh.
No, Sex Criminals is still pretty great. It's just very hard to read now because it's getting in there.
At least it's coming out more semi-regularly.
True. That's
at this rate, we might actually get a second hardcover collection in our lifetime.
Well, let's not hold our breath on that. Matt, I got Kill or Be Killed, number 9.
Yeah, you did.
Excuse me.
Well, that means that it's going to be coming out on trade soon, huh?
I like it.
Issue 9, so you actually should be seeing a second trade soon.
Yeah.
Because the first trade was what, 5 issues?
Yeah.
About right. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I don't actually have any words for this. It's still really great.
And see, the problem is I don't want to talk too much about it because this is a series that they read in trade.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, but it's pretty great.
Yes, it is, my brother.
Yeah, you'll enjoy it when you finally get the trade.
All right, cool.
All right. Next, I have Cable, number 1.
You didn't get this?
It's not. It's laid further down on my list.
Okay.
Cable, number 1. Totally fine.
Who's writing
This will probably be the first one I drop off of these new Resurrection books.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is merely fine, and I don't have any kind of spark to it. So, but I don't regret buying it. So take that what you will.
That's good. Who's writing the Cable?
Let me see. I didn't catch the name. I believe it's James Robinson.
Okay.
Yes, it is James Robinson, who I really like, but
womp womp.
Just okay.
Didn't catch it. Yeah.
Nah. But it's him traveling through time, fighting time-traveling arms dealers. So that's pretty great.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Neat. That's potential.
I have Generation X number 2, which I'm torn on because I'm still kind of intrigued by the story, but I'm not really in love with the art, as you can see from this last page.
I'm okay with it. I mean, yeah.
It's kind of odd, and it's really just this moment, because that's supposed to be Quentin Quire.
If it wasn't for the pink hair, I would have never known.
Yeah, and I like the team that is developing for Generation X, but the art doesn't really work for me in a lot of it. So issue 3 will be the make or break issue as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
I have Old Man Logan number 24.
You know what I call this issue, Chris?
How's that?
My jumping off point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a new creative team coming in next issue.
Oh, I didn't.
Without Lemire and Sorrentino, I don't know if I care.
Well, this one wasn't done by Sorrentino. This one was done by Nguyen.
Really, he does a very convincing Sorrentino.
Yeah. I don't know. Eric Nguyen. I'm very curious to see where they go from here. This issue takes us back to Old Man Logan itself, and Logan learns he cannot change the past at all, so he will always watch his family get killed if he stays in the Old Man Logan verse. So he gets the fuck out of there so he doesn't have to watch it again.
I was not a fan of this arc overall.
It was very fan service.
It was, and I just don't think it was done nearly as well as previous arcs.
I agree.
It's a shame.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the next arc brings.
All right, buddy.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I was just saying, all right, buddy.
Okay. I have Josie and the Pussycats, number 7. It's okay. I feel my affection for this kind of waning because it's kind of the same thing every week.
And that's why I jumped off.
Because again, we're having Valerie has a crisis of conscience. Josie pushes them too far. Melody says nonsense. And at the end of it, they have a charity concert with children and everything's okay.
Yeah.
And I feel like we've seen this an awful lot from these guys.
Because we have.
So my time may be running short. Because at least, when Gem and the Holograms, which is a very comparable book, came out, at least Gem did something different every week. Which was nice. I have Star Trek Next Generation Mirror Broken, number 0.
Well, I was interested.
I'm sorry?
I was interested in that one. The evil.
It's pretty cool.
Evil.
It's a Star Trek comic that takes place in the mirror universe of evil Star Trek, where Picard is jacked and bearded, and everyone is trying to kill each other on the Stargazer. And it's pretty cool. The whole issue focuses on Reginald Barclay.
Yeah, I heard he was like one of the crew members. That's really...
he takes a knife to Tasha Yar, and it's pretty awesome.
Oh my god!
Yeah, if you're not familiar with Star Trek TNG, you won't get this. But if you do know, you know that Reggie was useless.
Yeah,
and to watch him put a knife right into to Yar's back.
Also, killing Tasha Yar is also a thing you'd have to get.
Yeah, Tasha Yar's first appearance is her throwing a punch at Reg's stomach, calling him a loser. I highly recommend this if you like Star Trek: The Next Generation. And this issue 0 was free on Comixology, so could not possibly recommend it more.
That's awesome. I'm gonna pick it up.
Hey Matt, wake up!
Yeah.
Yeah, poor Matt.
It's so funny.
Okay, I got you, buddy.
Yeah.
I have WWE number 5. Continue. All right, don't put your head down, jackass.
When Josh just passed out.
It's still the best wrestling comic I've seen written. It's moving on to kind of filling in the stories of these big matches we've had in the WWE for the last couple of years.
John Cena joke not on any of the pages.
I don't see that book.
John Cena's not in the book at all. It's crazy.
You can't read me.
No, he is in the book. You just can't.
He's just invisible.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I think it's definitely if you have a passing interest in wrestling, this is definitely worth your time. I thoroughly enjoy this. I may end up. You son of a bitch. Matt just sent me a bunch of John Cena pictures. If you have a passing interest, I recommend this. I may not talk about this because I really can't go into it if you don't understand wrestling. So, okay. Finally, I have Saga number 43.
It's back.
Was that 25 cents?
I think my copy was still full price digitally.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that.
Matt,
I have to go look at that.
Can you see the
Mine
first
was
page?
only 25 cents.
Well, that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can we Can we see the first page?
Matt, show them the first page.
Yeah, I told him about it earlier.
Abortion Town.
You know, for all those new readers they're getting because of the price.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
I love
that's
is
a
that
really
we actually
cool
do
idea.
have a recap couple pages.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That first thing should really tell you everything about Saga that you need to know.
Yeah.
I thought this was awesome. I have missed Saga a lot, and I haven't realized it's been so long since an issue came out.
I think it's
Yeah.
a 25-cent thing. I don't know why they're doing it in their heads, but I think it's great when you've had a gap to do a really cheap next issue to get people
I love it.
on board.
It's like not
How
seen
ridiculous
in years.
Yeah.
And you get
is that ending, though, Chris?
Huh?
How crazy is that ending?
Yeah, Saga continually subverts my expectations because I could not have possibly seen that happen.
Nope.
And it did. So what the fuck? And it just makes me want to read Saga more.
They're doing a great job.
You had
There was a nice little bit in the center that could feel like editorializing, but I think was handled well enough that it didn't actually become editorializing.
Yeah.
And that was the stuff with the transgender refugee
Well,
they picked up.
that's been in the series for like the past 2 arcs. So
Yeah, but I think this one was really explicit in its,
Well, I think now, they have to be.
Yeah, everybody's getting a little bit more overt because hiding it in metaphors hasn't worked.
Yeah, 'cause
So, like, we're in a more intense time, and you kind of have to just come out with it,
Yeah.
Use a shield, like lots of different places that I watch or read are just straight up been like, okay, we're gonna stop pretending, there's a middle ground in these places. Like, we're gonna have our heroes take a stand on these issues instead of ignoring them, And I approve of it. I mean, that's what you have to do sometimes.
Right. Okay, that's all I have. Do you have anything else I didn't read?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Secret Empire.
Well,
So Chris, I'm not going to belabor the point. Here's the problem with Secret Empire issue 3.
What happened this week?
Outside of a moment at the very end that also character assassinates a brand new character.
Wait, which one?
I'll show you. Don't worry.
Okay.
I will say Andrea Sorrentino's art makes this readable and worthwhile.
yeah, I heard you.
But as a whole, issue 3 is probably the worst of the bunch, not only because it continues the character assassination of Captain America and is just, the whole event in general, but then it also has the problem that Marvel always has in their issues 3 and 4 of their events, and that it's just spinning its wheels. Nothing actually happens, and it's legit kind of boring.
Oh, that sucks.
So it doesn't even have spectacle behind it like the first 2 issues did to balance out the distaste. It's just bleh.
Yeah.
And then they end with this.
What? Hold on.
Can you read that?
Oh no.
Oh,
No.
Yup.
That's disappointing.
Yup.
What?
Why?
Is that just one more thing altered by the same event?
No, he was not listed as one of the heroes altered. That was only Thor, Scarlet Witch, and Vision.
Okay, so Thor was altered, which is why the hammer
No.
happened, or
Thor was banished.
okay,
Killed. We don't actually know. The hammer just dropped, and now he has the hammer. Vision and Scarlet Witch were turned somehow. We don't know how. They're now Hydra. But Punisher was not part of that.
how did Cap pick up the hammer though?
Oh, because he's worthy.
I just don't understand.
Hey, bring that up with Marvel, man. I don't know.
So are they saying, like, to me that says that worth, I can see it in a certain light, but it would have to be that worth has nothing to do with morality.
He's pure of heart.
Pure.
Even if
He's
even
pure
if he's a
evil.
Nazi,
Yeah.
he's still pure of heart.
Yeah. I liken it to I'm gonna bring it to a Dragon Ball Z reference, okay?
Yeah.
Because originally they said only those pure of heart could become Super Saiyans, and they explained Vegeta away by saying he was pure evil.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. That's my only explanation I can think.
But yeah, let's move on to games because we got to wrap this sucker up.
Also, I'm so disheartened after seeing that thing about the Punisher.
Yeah, that's kind of a bummer.
I have no fight in me.
It's all right, boo. So, Chris.
Yeah.
How much do you want to play Star Trek Bridge Crew?
So much.
Because the reviews are actually really good.
I posted a Let's Play from the Ubisoft channel on my Facebook feed, and I've watched it about 3 times, and it looks pretty great. It looks like it's a functional as a VR game.
It is. And we could play it, buddy.
I want it.
We could play it.
I know. But I don't want to pay for the VR.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I said you could just come visit me.
I want to play.
Yeah, I'll just drive 500 miles.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, do you never want to come visit me? Huh? Son of a bitch.
I
Anyway.
want to visit you.
Speaking of Ubisoft, though, Josh somehow really wants to talk about the Ubisoft logo redesign.
Take it away, Josh. What happened to it?
Ubisoft has a new logo, and everyone has the intertubes, so look it up and tell us what you think. But they got a new logo today.
What does it look like?
So deal. It looks like the old logo, but a little more sleeker. But I miss the older logo. And when I say,
I gotta see it. Does it look like a breast implant? Hold on.
But look, the real news this week from Ubisoft is the announcement of their real American killer simulator.
Oh my God! Yes, I forgot that was this week.
Did you know that Ubisoft wants to promote white genocide, guys?
I heard this.
What? Who? By what?
Ubisoft wants to promote white genocide. It's the only explanation for why Far Cry 5 would have their villain be a bunch of white Republicans, which this is another controversy on par with the Wonder Woman Alamo thing.
I like the idea.
It's amazing because the villains are shown to be a religious like death cult / separatist nationalist militia.
Yeah. That's a real threat.
It's an actual thing that exists.
Yeah,
currently.
that's a real thing.
I know, but what makes it hilarious is that immediately every Republican was like, "Why do you want us to kill Republicans?" Immediately combining themselves with that type of person.
So it makes you think, who made me the villain?
They're conflating themselves with a religious cult nationalist militia. They're like, they're clearly Republicans. I'm like, that says a lot about you guys.
I'm excited about this because this is going to be the first Far Cry in the United States.
Yeah, and it's the first time they've ever tackled a theme like this, and immediately people are like, oh, I see, you're too scared to make a game where black people are the villain or Muslims, and I'm like, have you not played a shooter in the past decade?
Have they
Because that's every single shooter ever made.
Far Cry 2? Because Far Cry 2 was in Africa, and the villains were...
Far Cry 2 was Africa. Far Cry 3 was killing indigenous people as well, and Far Cry 4 was also killing indigenous people. Not to mention every Call of Duty game you fight Islamic extremists.
I'm really excited that we get to kill some radical right religious death cult motherfuckers in Montana. I'm super excited about that.
Here's my only thing about Far Cry 5. Hey, Matt.
Yes, dear.
Does Far Cry 5 have a bow and arrow?
It does.
Can I hunt man?
Yes.
Yes.
Far Cry 5 is an instant buy.
So Far Cry 5 is the most dangerous game.
Man, yes.
And you know what I love about the cover for Far Cry 5? It's redone as a parody of The Last Supper.
Yeah,
I caught that. Yeah.
but with the flags and their
Yeah.
crosses for stars.
Yeah.
Well, no, also just their position around the table. It's beat for beat, the Last Supper. But yeah, and then they released a gameplay trailer or like a debut trailer for it, showing off some of the characters and plot. Man, it's going to be good.
Can't wait.
It shows that they're going through the town and forcibly removing people and like baptizing them against their will and killing everyone that doesn't comply.
Yeah.
And you play as a small town deputy investigating them. And here's a first, and something I think is genius, especially given who the antagonists are. This is the first Far Cry game where you can choose to be a male or female, and you can choose your race as well. So you could be a black woman hunting down white supremacists.
Holy shit. I don't want to do any other version of that arc now.
Ubisoft is getting 2 big thumbs up. There's like rocket ships up for this. This is awesome.
And $20 says Fox News is going to run this as a story for the next like 8 months.
Yeah.
Game comes out next February. I guarantee you it makes it on Chris and I's top 10 games of 2018.
Oh yeah, I cannot wait for like Fox to get an interview of an Ubisoft guy, and they're speaking.
They're not going to interview
them.
them. They're just going to
They're
talk.
not going to interview them. They're just going to talk about how it's anti-American and treasonous, and how we should bring back freedom fries because this French company is being so mean to Americans.
Hey Matt,
I'm going to support the game 500%. Yeah,
I have been watching a Let's Play of Outlast 2. And that also deals with a religious
It
Christian.
sure does. And to a lesser extent, Resident Evil 7.
Yeah.
So why is no one mad about them?
Because it's not a shooter, Chris. You're running away from them. You're scared. They're scary. In this game, they're the villains.
Yeah. This game, they're going to be victims of your fucking black chick lead, who is totally a lesbian in my headcanon.
Oh no, trans. She's a trans African American.
Oh yeah, all of it. But she's also
go full hog.
she's a transvia.
Right.
What else happened this week, Matt?
Okay, that's pretty much it. Oh, I know. A little game came out that Josh downloaded, and is now getting a little.
I heard about this.
Go it.
You
Yep.
backed down so hard.
Whatever,
So
Chris. What did you
hard.
tell me you do tonight?
I said I downloaded, and then I started playing Persona, and then I didn't.
It's fine.
I've
So I gotta tell you, Gwent is way more involved and in depth than it ever was in Witcher 3. It's actually going to be a competitor to Hearthstone and other card games like that. This is a legit game with some strategy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I played Persona 5 after a few matches of it, and I was just like, you know what? I want to be a Japanese teenager for a while. That's it. Persona 5.
Besides that, so I've decided I'm making an executive decision.
What?
In order to give you guys more time, our E3 discussion will be next week.
Yeah.
Talk about Metroid and how that's not going to be fun.
Matt,
That's fine.
Did you see the Metroid Prime on a Switch?
No.
It's just a copy of Metroid Prime put on top of the Switch.
Okay. Well, no. That way it'll be right before E3, and everything will be like really fresh. It'll be awesome.
Okay.
So tonight, though, the discussion topic I wanted to be with Wonder Woman coming out tomorrow. What would your ideal Wonder Woman game be, and who would it be made by?
Game?
I mean, the easy answer is that
pretend Wonder Woman was going to be given the same reverential treatment that Batman Arkham Asylum got.
I mean, that's the easiest thing is an Arkham Asylum Wonder Woman.
But would that work best for her?
I mean,
if you want my take, I think, and like a Bayonetta style, a fast-paced, over-the-top action game where she's taken down, and it would be taking place in the Azarello story arc where she's an actual demigod, and we're in the modern day, and all the gods are modern day as well. So not quite God of War style, but in that same vein.
Yeah, God of War style makes sense.
It's a Yeah, I don't know who makes God of War. I'm not.
Rocksteady would have to make it, and it would be like Arkham Asylum, but it would play like God of War. But I kind of feel like you need more heavier RPG aspects in it, dealing with the weapons.
Yeah, like going to Hephaestus and modifying things and like
Exactly.
all that shit. Jesus.
Yes, you can
dealing with all the different gods. I love the modern take on the god. That was my favorite part of the Azrael run. Was the modern take.
You had that awesome art style.
Yeah, where it almost leaned towards Sandman and how the gods showed up. You know, and that would be a good interface for the game. I mean, like, yeah, I want kind of God of War, but also like God of War in a city. You know, like where you take it to an urban landscape instead of just being in ancient Greece. Yeah, you're in modern. Like you have the Themyscira stuff, but which is going to look kind of like a God of War game. But then you take it to like, you know, modern Manhattan or something. You know, like whatever her city is, New Troy, whatever. Like, and you have fucking this giant. Because that's my thing is what I really want out of a Wonder Woman movie is the same thing I want out of a Wonder Woman game. Is to eventually see like her just take down a Cyclops in the middle of downtown. Yeah, I don't. You know. I understand there's probably pretty light on the mythos in the new movie. You know, mostly it's a it's a human villain, you know. Yeah. Which is appropriate for her quitting humanity for a while. But I think, like, yeah, I want that, or like Ubisoft in general, I would let make anything.
Well, let's wrap it up this week with our favorite part each week or each month. Who's ready for some PlayStation Plus and Games with Gold games?
This guy.
We already talked about
Wait.
Games with Gold. We haven't talked about the PlayStation.
We have not talked about Games with Gold yet.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Are you sure?
Just let him go.
All right, I know. Do it.
Chris, did you ever say your Wonder Woman game?
I said a Rocksteady style.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So what do you want first?
PlayStation.
Yeah. Which one?
PlayStation.
Go in order. I don't care.
PlayStation Vita is getting two amazing games I've never heard of, called Neon Chrome and Spy Chameleon. But before you faint with shock, you should know that they're also cross-buy and cross-play with PS4. So technically, you get 4 PS4 games this month.
Ooh.
Or maybe 3.
The PS3 gets WRC5 World Rally Championship.
Okay.
And action game Abyss Odyssey.
What?
Exactly. The PS4 gets zombie killing game Killing Floor 2, a first-person co-op zombie shooter.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And all 5 episodes of Life is Strange.
All right.
Which is the best game for the month. And unfortunately, as a whole, I think it's a pretty weak month. Which is strange considering that June is usually their biggest month because that's E3 month and they love to tout the games they're giving people on the conference floor. Right. So it's an uncharacteristically weak month for PlayStation, I think. Yeah. Even though Life is Strange is 100% worth all of your time and money.
Life is Strange one. Life is Strange is good. That's a heavy.
Xbox, however, is getting some surprising AAA stuff. The Xbox 360 is getting Assassin's Creed 3, meaning that they now have the entire Assassin's Creed franchise on Games of Gold, joining PlayStation as having every single Assassin's Creed. Mm-hmm. And Dragon Age Origins.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's not bad.
The complete edition. And Xbox One is getting the original Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
And one of the best indie games I've ever played called Speedrunners, which is an absolute friggin' blast on PC, and I really hope it comes to PlayStation as well so you guys can enjoy it. Chris, I highly request that you download Speedrunners on Xbox so we can play it together.
Okay.
All right.
Just remind me when it comes out.
You also get a free DLC pack for Phantom Dust.
Oh.
Anyway, you can do it tomorrow, Chris.
Okay. Do you want to talk about what we played this week?
Sure. Before we roll out.
Yeah. What have you played, Matt?
Bro, not much. Work has been crazy. I played some Picross, played some more Mass Effect Andromeda, played a lot of Gwent, but my real joy has been the PC game Dead Cells. I cannot get enough of Dead Cells, man. It's everything I want Metroid to be. I personally wish it wasn't a roguelike. I will enjoy those games if they're well enough made, like Rogue Legacy and stuff, but I will always prefer like actually expertly crafted levels rather than an algorithm.
Yeah.
Right.
But as a whole, I love it. It's fast. It's quick. When you die, you're instantly back. There's no load times. You feel like you actually truly get progression every run, so you don't feel like it's worthless. It's so good.
That's good.
Good times. But yeah.
Anyone else want to go?
Persona 5 for me. Lots of Persona 5. A little bit of Gwent. Gwent. Stop. Okay.
Doug, have you played anything?
A little bit of I'm still starting my replay of Andromeda, but I kind of backed off of it a little bit so that I forget it a little and then go back in fresher. Like literally just finished it, so I'm kind of like easing off. And then I had to reinstall a bunch of stuff because I had to wipe my hard drive, so I'm reinstalled Transistor and I'm about to start that over. Because I was only like 2 levels in.
I've also been playing Persona 5. It's the first Persona I've really gotten in. I'm in August at this point.
Oh, wow.
And I want to stop so I can play Prey, but I know that if I stop, I'm never coming back. So I have to muscle
you can't stop RPG. You have to just
I have to muscle
through
through the last 4 months of Persona. But I like it a lot. I like it more than I thought I would, frankly. And I think I would have liked 4 if I had played 4 on a console as opposed to my Vita.
Yeah, 4 was really good on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Which I hope they would do a re-release of 3 and 4 for the PlayStation 4.
You'd think, but I don't know. I guess that's it, bud.
Yeah.
Okay. Word. You want to hear something cool though?
What?
Why?
So you guys know I'm working with Sakaguchi, right?
Yes. The Gooch.
The Gooch, the creator of Final Fantasy. It's just something cool when you get emails in your email box from Sakaguchi, and you're like, huh, I got an email from Sakaguchi. He sent me an email
Neat.
talking about what we're going to do together. And I'm just like, huh, that's cool.
But
You know he lives in Hawaii.
have you met him?
I will in July. I'm going to be hosting him at Anime Expo in Los Angeles. I'm going to be his handler.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm bringing my copy of Final Fantasy 3 on Super Nintendo, aka Final Fantasy 6, and my copy of Chrono Trigger, and I'm going to get them both signed.
What if I give you my copies and you can get them signed too?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Let's not abuse that privilege.
Yeah.
I kid.
But this is his first American like convention appearance in ever.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Like outside of E3 back when he was actively making games.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that about wraps it up for today. I got to go do some work and junk.
Yes.
And also Caitlin's getting all restless.
Don't blame me.
Restless. Yeah, so next week think about each conference. EA, Ubisoft, Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo. What you would want to see from them to make them win E3 in your heart.
Okay.
All right, guys. Peace.
All right. Good night. We'll see you again next time. Same time next week. We are off.